Guys, my name is Chris Nuno and this is the Beach House Mix. Here we go.
Just off wave, just on wave, just off wave, just on wave, just off wave, just on wave, just off wave. Ask me if I'm paid. Just off wave, just on wave, just off wave, just on wave, just off wave, just on wave, just off wave.
More like a parade. We're out here riding. I'm happy and I'm paid. If you try to find me, you know where I stay. Pretty familiar. Out here everywhere I play. Wasn't a party. More like a parade. We're out here riding. I'm happy and I'm paid. If you try to find me, you know where I stay. Pretty familiar. Out here everywhere I play. Just on wave. Ask me if I'm paid.
Cheers to Trend, retail trading team. It is a beautiful Friday with some movement, and this is Master coming to you live from Puppet Show Central with your routine briefing. Mr. Juiceball's already in the chat. Hopefully he's getting ready to go to the steakhouse. I do like a nice light sear on the steak. I forget what it's called. I was actually trying to look it up here for you, Mr. Juiceball. It's when they just sear it for like about a minute each side, leave it pretty much raw in the middle, but that nice hard sear in the outside. That's going to be the steak that I'm going for once we do break 40.75, or rather 41.75 today, and close at a new high. So just an FYI there for Mr. Juiceball, as we have a fun little bet going on here regarding SPX close this week. So he thinks we're going to get a nice little rejection here. We will see. Pittsburgh, yes sir, that is it. Thank you. I was thinking Philadelphia. I knew it was something in Pennsylvania, so I'll take that Pittsburgh sear, and we'll figure out the drinks later. So besides that, yeah, we're going to get going on our lovely routine briefing today. Once again, looking like a nice trendy day. Yesterday's briefing couldn't have been more clear, really, I don't think, for what happened. There was a little bit of a trap that taxed the longs, but at the end of the day, it was all a beautiful experience as price tries to reject at 77, as our good friend Mr. Juiceball has prophesized. So we'll see if this holds as we move forward throughout the day. So I'm going to pop to the briefing. We're going to switch charts here and see what we got going on. Counting my chickens before they hatch, as they say, huh? We still have a long 25 or 26 points to go before I should run my mouth. Anyways, so yeah. I'm starting my own faction, short the TIP crowd. You'll get at least one follower to that cult, Mr. Juiceball. But yeah, so overnight inventory, we had that opposite of yesterday's. Remember, yesterday's was at 100% net long, and what we saw today was the opposite overnight. So what usually happens with these 100% net one way or another is you do get that correction early in the session. So yesterday, obviously, we didn't have the correction. We just got that straight bull push up. Today, we got that immediate correction, in fact, beginning as soon as the nothing burger of what was supposed to be important news, according to Mr. Juiceball, came out. And so, yeah, you've just been seeing the bulls buy it up. It's not too unexpected, as when you do see these multi-day trend reversals, they usually have 2 days of trend. So again, we'll see if this holds today. Volatility implies that it might be, and the TPO so far as well. And of course, that first 30 open drive. So we've been seeing those open drives more than normal lately, yet surprisingly, they've actually, for the most part, been unwound. So we'll see if this open drive can hold. Remember, it is a high probability that it does. So that's the highest probability open, where price tends to not go revisit that opening price, which today, I actually need to put this on the warm document, is, let's see, where do we open? I think 43-ish. Open was about 44, we'll say. So I'm going to add 41, 44 to our levels here. You can see there's not too many levels. I'm really only looking at these 4 for now. We'll see what happens with this candle. If we do print here, I will add another one at 77. So I'll just preemptively do it right now, and I can always erase that later. So looking at Juiceball 77. Well, actually, Mr. Juiceball, I'm looking at 79. So a little bit of a discrepancy there. Massive 2-point discrepancy. All right, so yeah, we'll add 79 to the list, and we will conclude the warp document. I'll keep this updated throughout the day in case anything changes. I'll add some levels as they arise, and obviously be watching that TPO. That TPO is the most dynamic component of this entire thing. So if you are interested in following along, this is in the description to this video. So yeah, we'll jump right into the macro view and see what we got going on here. We actually had a really big development yesterday. So we are seemingly breaking out above this trend line here, which goes back to that high in August. If we zoom out all the way, it gives us that get through all the junk. I'll draw actually another one here so we can see what I'm talking about. I gotta delete some of these trend lines. I get really annoyed when I see a million trend lines on a chart. So I'm going to get rid of this one that I'm drawing now, but I just kind of want to show you what's going on. So this is one of those triangle type looks where it's currently breaking the triangle and therefore implied breakout toward this major area of supply on the SPY about 416 to let's say 419-ish. And obviously once we get above that, we do have these trend lines to contend with, but what I really think is going on is I think we're targeting those gaps above. So we didn't quite get to the gaps below when we did have our cute little sell-off this week. So my opinion, what price likes to do on these ETF charts, which also corresponds to obviously not ETF charts, but you get my point, is we like to clean up those gaps. So we are going to be watching that area there if and when we do have this continued breakout. It's obviously going to correspond to about 4210-ish on the ES. So that's what I'm looking at on macro. Again, still have not conquered that trend line. This is from the October 13th low. This is, I think, one of the trend lines. I say the in quotation marks, super important. So we'll watch what happens there. But immediately, as long as we hold this support, so as long as we hold really that open from this morning, again, that 41-43 area on the ES, I'm looking towards that gap above. So obviously that could change over the weekend and stuff, but I'm just looking intraday here, and that's the level I'm looking at on our macro view. So still got some supply to get through. Obviously, if you zoom out and look at the past month, there has been plenty of resistance in this area. Really, the crux of it is from this 4170 all the way up to that 4195-ish area. So there's still plenty of potential supply here to disrupt the bulls' plans to continue the trend. So we're following it closely, and all we can do is watch what happens. So in terms of our TPO, we're obviously well outside value so far on the day. We'll see if we come in and correct that a little bit. I'm watching out the corner of my eye here to see if we get that fake break look. Right now we're getting a decent little sell-off. But really what happened this morning, why I think we squeezed so hard so quickly, was all those Amazon shorts from yesterday having to pay the piper, as they say there. So Amazon is down for the day, but hey, it only those earnings only work for the bulls. They can only help the bulls go higher. Thank you, Meta. But any downside in the other mega caps is just gonna, I guess, continue our squeeze regardless. So we'll see what happens. That level is going to be important. Obviously, above that 41.43, that's going to be kind of that 41.60-ish, 65 really. That has been kind of the breakout point for these bigger moves. So we'll see what happens around there. As it stands, I'm really just looking at that high that we just put in, and then of course that opening price. If we zoom in a little bit on the TPO, you can see that we do have a single and an untested, some might say naked POC around that what were short, so I think are probably covered by now. So we'll be watching those levels on the TPO as well. And as I say that, the POC is actually shifting up here a little bit now, again at this crucial 65 area, which we are testing mid-briefing here. So we shall see if Mr. Juiceball gets his 4 points or if we bounce from here. I'm expecting a bounce, but really nice little pivot area for that is going to be that 41.60 itself. Again, open drive bullish until we go back through that opening price though. So anybody on the short side, I wouldn't get too excited quite yet. So we'll be watching that. So that's TPO. A little Amazon short squeeze going on there. And I'm going to go ahead and delete that. I just wanted that for the briefing. But now we can kind of just follow this TPO itself and watch what happens around the POC and around that single. So if we pop into volatility, see what's going on there. The Armageddon of volatility continues. We've actually broken that 1920 area, which was a key support. We're now below it. We'll see if we do go up and test it, but really volatility needs to reclaim that 1920 area before it's even worth talking about. Until then, let's see where the VIX itself is. VIX is back at that 16 handle, and I think going toward that 15 handle fairly quickly. Maybe next week's FOMC fund may keep it relatively elevated, but really just not seeing that. The Amazon plunge today. Amazon's down almost 4% after being up, 16 or something crazy. The fact that that's having no follow through with the market itself, to me, is still just a sign of the lack of fear and dare I say complacency as we do recover off of this 65 level so far. And the more Mr. Juiceball gets excited and can't fight said excitement, the higher the bounce goes. So we'll see about that stake situation. Like I said, I need a close above 75 on the upside today. And if I don't get that, well, I will have to eat my words, as they say, and also pay for OJ's dinner as well. So yeah, so that's what I got going on our briefing today, price action, etc. I think it's pretty clear. We're just watching those levels. Again, I'll flash that warm-up document so you can see what I'm talking about. Just watching these levels as the day progresses, you can see we're bouncing off the 67 area for now. And yeah, I'll keep that updated as well as the lovely TPO. So if you want to keep the most up to date on all that, you can go to this Word document, and you can also go check out Routine Trader on the Twitters. I'll be posting anything relevant there as well. But really, I think it's until we get a confirmation of this false break. For me, it's just going to be a pretty chill day. So we'll see if that holds. We'll see if they shake things up. It is the end of the month, so remember that we do like to trend at the end of the month as well. So that's kind of just the other statistical fun fact that supports this trend on top of that two-day trend reversal statistic. And so yeah, we'll see. I'm not going to try to do the crystal ball thing. I'm just going to do the listen to the pretty candles as they print thing. And I hope everybody else keeps their risk nice and tight as well. So I'll send the newsletter out right after this, and I would appreciate any engagement on there or in the comment section of this video. If you have anything fun to say, critiques, criticism, etc., always trying to make this better. Got my camera finally, so we'll be smiling at you for part of next week. I have a vacation at the end of it, or a wedding, but we're going to call it a vacation. And so I'll just be here on Monday, and we'll go from there. So if you did enjoy today's content, please give the video a like. That helps with YouTube's algorithm. I'm going to respond to OJ in the chat here before signing off, because he's going crazy with this massive 8-point reversal. Super excited about it. And well, in fact, Mr. Juiceball, the video that you sent me this morning says technical analysis is dead. So getting some mixed messages here. You broke your fortune cookie. Ah, well, you better get on that 8-ball vibe. And so yeah, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off and say thank you for watching, and cheers and stay classy. Until next time, enjoy your weekend.